little easier if you do it before because it's flat. Otherwise, it's going to be like a circle. So one row, and don't cross those rows because then you won't be able to pull them. They'll knot up and then it's kind of not worth doing it at all. And again, just kind of pull one side or the other. Just a little bit. Doesn't matter which side you pull, you'll still get the same result. And you don't have to do it too much again for a shirt like this. It's not really that much, just enough to make a little shelf. You don't want too many puckers because then you'll get, or gathers because then you'll get puckers when you actually sew it. So not too much. And spread them out nice and evenly. It'll make it easier for yourself. So then I'm going to do right sides together. Sewing my underarm seam. Half inch, and remember to go back to your 2.5 stitch. And again, here you can press your seam open pretty easily, so I would suggest doing that. Like I said, now is when you would put your cuff on. If you wanted to do it before setting it in, but since we've already done that, I'm going to just go ahead and set the sleeve in, and then I'll put the cuff on afterwards. Before I can set it in, I also need to close the circuit for my armhole, so I'm going to sew my side seams together. And there are notches there for you to double check as well. Pin these, you know, I'm again expediting and not pinning. Stay up. I would press this open as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my shirt inside out like this. But I'm going to turn my sleeve right side out so that I have the right side to the right side when I put them inside like this. So this is just a little trick. Makes it easier to see and understand. So first turn the sleeve inside out, keep this right side out, sorry, and keep the shirt inside out. You're going to match up your underarm sleeve to your side seam. Open up those seams. They should be pressed open, but make sure you pin them open. And then you're going to match your notches next, which are just slightly up from that. So you kind of go around the circle. Double checking. They should be double notches on the back. If they're not, don't sew them in. You have a problem. And like I said, then you're going to get a backwards sleeve. Make sure those sleeves are mirror images as well. Front notch should be one notch, single notch. And then this top part should fit into the rest of your sleeve. Sleeve hole. And if it doesn't, you can pull it more. If it's too small, pull it less. And try and make sure that those raw edges stay the same. It gets a little bit more complicated keeping those raw edges the same because the sleeve is curved and the one way, and the sleeve hole, the armhole, is curved the other way. So you might get a little bit of extra out there. Just do whatever you can to get them to match up, and just try your best to not have any puckers as you sew it. That being said,